Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fitri Ramadhani. I will explain about three elements of the Codes of Ethics for Civil Servants. The first is transparency. This is one of the important aspects in ensuring that the services provided by the government to the community are carried out openly, accountably, and responsibly to the needs of the community. In this transparency, civil servants and public officials are also expected to be able to use their power and resources for the public interest based on government policy, where the must be responsible for the decisions they make and be ready to justify their actions in order to always maintain public trust. Based on my experience, I felt this element when I became an active recipient of the Kartu Indonesia Pintar Kuliah scholarship from 2022 until now, wherein providing information related to the disbursement process and uploading biodata was done online, but all the information we needed was listed on the Keep Kuliah Kemendikbud Ristek website. Recently, regarding the problem of data which resulted in the several keep receiving student data also receiving the consequences, but the government tried not to bother students to re-upload documents and they attached to the website page that there was a data problem in the event semester, so that a lot of data was empty. However, currently almost all data has been recovered and the disbursement process has been carried out, thus showing how the government can be responsible for the policies regarding all problems that occur. The second is responsiveness. Responsiveness in the Code of Ethics of Public Services is seen in the ability of service providers to be responsive to the needs and expectations of the community, whereas government employees, civil servants, and even public officials are required to be able to serve the interests and needs of all citizens in a timely manner, attentively, respectively, and politely. In this element, it is seen how the service providers' duties remain professional in working and do not work according to their mood. For example, I once accompanied my grandfather to be hospitalized of one of the regional general hospitals in my regency, where in the middle of the night around 3 a.m., my grandfather's drip was stuck so that his hand was bleeding. Then I reported to the nurse on duty to be able to overcome this because my grandfather's hand was very sore. However, the health, the health worker on duty only said why a few times without my any other response to be able to help and handle patients who needed their help. And the last is efficiency and effectiveness. Efficiency and effectiveness in the Code of Ethics of Public Services are two interrelated concepts that are very important to ensure that the service provided to the public is not only fast but also of high quality. Efficiency focuses on the ability of service providers to provide services using minimal resources, both in terms of time, cost, and energy. In the elements of the Code of Ethics, efficiency becomes a service process that must be designed to minimize waste and speed up response time, such as the development of standard operating procedures, the use of technology, and so on. Meanwhile, effectiveness itself refers to the extent to which the objective of public services are achieved which are not only fast but also meet the needs and expectation of the community. In accordance with my experience during internship at the Makassar Immigration Office in the field of passport services, where people no longer bring paper files and folders to complete the required documents for making passport, but people only use the website link provided by the service office, and they upload files there. Even the queue number for passport photos is accessed online or offline. This shows that with services involving this technology, it will make it easier for the public in employers to carry out public services and of course save service costs. Thus, the purpose of the service to be able to meet the needs of the community according to the expectation can be achieved optimally. Another most memorable experience for me in the service process was when I was taking care of my driving license, where previously I was made difficult and waited a very long time, while many people who came after me finished faster. When I asked about my files, they only answered indiferently and were not friendly. However, when I called my relatives to resolve the matter, I was immediately called and my driving license was finished that day. So, in implementing public administration ethic, I suggest the public official or service providers must be able to uphold a clear code of ethics that includes the values of honesty, integrity, and responsibility. In addition, it is also necessary to apply a professional attitude to public service officers who do not discriminate against the community in terms of providing services. This is because all citizens have the right to receive excellent service by public offers. Okay, thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.